So those are the two drivers to finish lap times. Rev Rob is going to be the next one, and he does go into provisional pole with a 10.4. We have the other Sauber of Dom. Let's see what he can do. Rocking what I like to call the Minecraft livery there. Up to the line. And it's going to be the provisional pole there, 10.4. Good lap time for him. Then we have the Mercedes as well of Casper, P9. And we have more drivers finishing lap times. I think Rev Rob is also, not Rev Rob, Nardu there just crossing the line. But I think he didn't, get a bad lap time. HB P3 as well, Ransdell P5 and Frozen there in the Williams goes into the 10.3s there as we come down to the grid to 5 red lights, and it's going to be lights out and away we go. And it seems like Frozen did get a pretty good start on those soft tyres. Dom as well in P2 on the softs, and P3, P4 and P5. Oh, and there's a McLaren there spinning. That is of Ransdell down to the back of the grid. Are we going to see any other moves being made? And I think we also have a Haas as well, round as well of deck, and heading up into turn 1. Are there going to be any moves being made at the front? No, there isn't, but we are going to see an Aston Martin down the inside of an Alpine heading into turn 3. And I think the Aston Martin does get a pretty good exit there, and then a Sauber there going off as well. In the background, we have Reese trying to challenge down the inside of Tonio as well. Not Tonio, sorry, of Franco, and gets that move done before we go into turn 4. And heading further back, we do have a McLaren there of Star there, who was trying to go down the inside of Casper and does get that move stick as well heading into turn 6.
But yeah, it's got Star and Tonio right up 4 positions each. Callum as well. Great starts from those 3.
I think Sab was trying to go down the inside of Reese, but as well into turn 3, but just couldn't complete it, as Sab is still in P8, and apparently Ransdell does have damage. I couldn't see any visual damage, but he is going to go down the inside there of Quartz into turn 5 and gets it.
View them as a race tyre, but I guess if they can...
Dom's going down the inside of Frozen as well, by the way. Sorry to cut in there, but this is for the sprint lead. And the Sauber, can he get the better traction on the exit of turn 3? And he is going to power his way down into turn 4. But it looks like Frozen does have the better straight line speed heading into turn 4. Can Dom brake later going into turn 4? No, he can't. And I think he will just slot in behind. But did Frozen have a bit of a poor exit there? No, he didn't. And he will retain in the sprint lead. So it's just going to be an early stop for him. Oh, and Techbe's going down the inside of Rev Rob as well into turn 3. Can he get that move stick as we head down into turn 4? Both drivers with DRS, both drivers burning ERS. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the Red Bull or is it going to be the Alpine? The Red Bull holds it down the inside. Can he keep it clean? And they are going to go side by side through this section of track into turn 5. Still side by side into turn 6. The Alpine just ahead. And can he get that move fully stick? But the Red Bull still holds it around the outside. Still's got that tyre there. A little bit of shoving there. And I think he's been pushed out of the way. And that allows Nardo as well round the outside of turn 7 to get into P4. Can Techby hold this back in though, as the top 2 do head into the pits? No, Techby has to stay in. There's been a collision there, and I think that's both Alpines who have come together. Someone else as well, and we do have another driver spinning. I think that was Mafio as well. Loads of drivers into the pits now, and I think that was as a result of the top 2 coming into the pits, just causing a bit of carnage there. And surely some drivers do have damage now, but Techby somehow is still in the lead. And I don't think he got any damage from that, but Reese and Sab still going side by side, going up into turn 3. Sab's down the inside of Reese. Can Reese hold that around the outside? Can he get the better traction? I think Sab has just gotten that, but Nardo as well just close it behind as Reese does tuck in behind. Can he look for the inside though, going into turn 4, and he is pulling alongside down the inside. And I think he's just got that move stick, has he? But the Alpine is still there. And I think Reese has just got that move stick, as you do see Callum there down the inside of Franco. Maybe Franco is trying to challenge him, as Franco does head to the inside there, side by side between those two, as we head into there. And the Ferrari's been pushed off there, and that was very close with the Sauber and the Haas, who are now fighting going into turn 6. The Haas down the inside, the Sauber on the outside. The Sauber going a bit wide there, dipping a tyre on the gravel as well for good measure. And he drops down into P14 and retires on track.
5 seconds already boxed. I'm not sure on the Alpine strategy of keeping Rev Rob out. He does have damage. He's definitely losing time.
Nadu there as well gets the overtake on Reese going into turn 3. but he doesn't look to challenge Techabi on this current lap. Casper there having a bit of a lock up there, as Sleek is trying to catch up as well. We have yellow flags in the back, and I believe that is of Franco. Tonio and Quartz there going side by side momentarily. Franco now side by side with Tonio, but Tonio gets in front. Quartz now down the inside as well of the RB, going into, not of the RB, of the V-Carb, going into turn 6 and into turn 7. All of these drivers, as soon as I head onto Quartz's POV, he starts spinning. I was literally about to say all of these drivers just settling into a rhythm now, and Quartz spins around.
You do wonder, is he just holding that inside line and sacrificing time, knowing that he's likely not going to catch Frozen?
Well, he's doing that at the moment with Nadu trying to fight it around the outside. Techb does hold the inside, some very good defensive driving, but he does stay in front for the time being. Apparently Techb is damaged, we've heard. Oh yeah, he's losing his end plate. So he was caught up in that incident then in the opening few laps. Mafio and Callum, though, going side by side as we go into turn 7 and 8. But I think Callum stays in front of that. But I think Star as well in the McLaren gets in front of the Haas as well.
Yeah, I think he's got to be untouchable now. It's going to take a massive mistake from Frozen.
Nardo down the inside, though, to try and take the place off Techabi. And Techabi, despite having that damage, you know, in some cases it might actually help his straight line speed a little bit. But Nardo very late on the brakes there, locks up in the process. And Techabi trying to find a switchback, but with that damage, he just can't do anything. But is he looking for the inside line? Going into turn 7, going into turn 6, yes, he does. But he just doesn't have that turn in. Oh, Techabi looking down the inside on Nardo again to try and retake that place. He does force Nardo a little bit wide there, but they're both on the battery. And Techabi does have the benefit of DRS, and he is back into P2. Can Nardo try and find a way back, though, in the next few laps? Is Nardo close enough to make an attempt on this account, or on this specific lap? Again, Techabi holding the inside. Nardo being forced as wide as he possibly could. And Techabi does stay in front. Let's see. Nardo does pull to the inside. Will he be latest on the brakes? He actually breaks out of it, but Techabi goes wide, and that allows Nardo to just swoop down the inside and says, thank you very much. Star and Callum once again having a bit of a battle here as Callum is down the inside, but can he outdrag that McLaren going into turn 4? He is down the inside of the McLaren, but the other McLaren not giving this up, but let's see. Star is still there down the inside, but I think the Ferrari just has the better straight line speed, but down the inside going into turn 6. And Callum has to back out once again.
For that P2, Nardo's got that. He's got the battery advantage, but he doesn't have the DRS. Techb pulls in front of him and gets the move done. 1 lap to go.
But Frozen is going to come into turn 9 and then into turn 10. He has controlled the sprint. Well, I say controlled, thanks to Techb having some damage. And Frozen will come across the line to take the sprint victory. He will start on pole for the feature race. And Techb will round the final few corners as well. And he will take home a well-deserved P2, I think. And Nardo in P3 as well. Reese will finish in P4. Casper will finish in P5. Good race for him. And Sab will take home P6 with Sleek in P7. And Razzle at P8, Star in P9, and Callum will round out the points finish in the sprints. But here we go, down to the grid for 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we go yet again. And I do think Frozen did get a pretty good start, and Nardo as well actually got a good start. He's already around the outside of the Red Bull. Can he get that move stick as we head onto the exit? No, he can't, but we also have the other Alpine of Sab making a move on Casper as well. And I think he's got that move stick, but Casper is coming back at him around the outside. No moves in the top 3 yet again, but Casper still around the outside. And I think Sab there is having a bit of a tap there from Sleek in the background. And the McLaren of Star going around the outside of Tonio as well gets that move stick. But as we head down into turn 4, will we see any more moves? No, we won't. Everyone stays in the exact same order, but we are going to see 2 Haas drivers there going side by side, Mafio and Deck. And I think Mafio is going to stay in front of that battle. And I think, we have Franco lagging a little bit, but I think that's going to be everything. Quartz is already down in the back as well, so he might have had a spin or something. As we are going to see Rev Rob, I think, they're having a bit of side-by-side moment with Ransdell. but Ransdell holds on to P11 at the moment. Well, Frozen already is looking to try and build a bit of a gap. Ransdell and Revrob once again going side by side. A bit of a drag race going down into turn 5, but I think Ransdell is just about going to hold on to that one. But Revrob sends it down the inside, latest on the brakes, and gets that move stick as we head on to the exit. And I think it was Dom and Deck as well having a bit of a battle. He does head into the pits, and I think it will be him retiring from this session. But Nardu round the outside of Frozen, sorry. And he is going to get the better traction, but will Frozen be able to hold that? Still down the inside. He's going to be latest on the brakes. Who's going to be bravest? And I think they are about equal. Techaby as well is looking to try and defend on this as well. But I think Nardu has gotten the move on Frozen and will have to settle behind Techaby. But I think he might have cut the entrance there, as I think Star might have had a slide there, I think, out of turn 1, and that's allowed Sleek and Callum to get back past. But Callum not able to make any attempts on Sleek for the time being. But Star is going to get the power down. Can he get the move back past on Callum? He obviously will have the DRS from both of these drivers. Sleek is moving to the inside, or actually Star does actually get the move stick. And they are going to go side by side into turn 4, and somehow Star has gotten the move back past on Sleekers. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong person. That was Ransdell. My bad. Star stays out and a few more drivers. Oh, and Franco's been disqualified from blocking the pit lane. How has one done that? And Deck got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. I think that can probably be removed if he was pushed in due to the disqualification, because I think maybe that was the reason behind it. Deck has also decided to retire as well. Oh, and I think Callum might have cut the pit exit there as well, as you do have a few more drivers now heading into the pits. Nardu, Techaby and Frozen. Tonio and Star will stay out. Techaby gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and it's just going from bad to worse for the Red Bull driver. He'll go on to a set of hard tyres as well. And let's see where Casper will come out compared to these three drivers. Has the undercut worked for the Mercedes? The other drivers are heading out of the pit exit right now. Has Casper cleared all of them? And he is going to be side by side with Nardu. He is marginally ahead. Can he keep that going into turn 3? And I think Reese has also got the move as well. Yes, he has. Techaby is out side by side with Nardu. But Techaby does have the inside for turn 3 and does claim a net P3 at the moment. But Casper is in the net lead of the race. He's still being under pressure here from Reese. Reese trying to go down the inside. He has got a full car length ahead. Nardu trying his luck as well down the inside of Casper as well. They're still remaining at side by side. And going into turn 6, Nardu does get the place. As we are going to see Sab and I think that was Frozen as well going side by side. And Reese is starting to pull a bit of a gap here to Nardu. Nardu only about 6.5 tenths behind. Techaby does go down the inside of Casper. And I think we do see Frozen and Sab as well trying to make some moves as well, as they are going side by side out of turn 3. There's going to be another drag race between those two heading down into turn 4. And I think Frozen actually gets in front on that specific attempt. He will claim P7. I think Tonio could be in at the end of this lap. He might even be under pressure by Nardu actually passing him if Tonio just cannot have that tyre grip. But Techaby decides to make his mark and he will go into P2. And he will have the DRS off Tonio. Let's see if he will get any moves. Revrob and Casper as well going at it. Well, I say going at it. Basically simple move there from Revrob. And I think Sab as well might make a move, but Casper is in front at the moment. Frozen as well making a move on Reese as well. And let's see if Tonio will box. Techaby is within 4 tenths of that Aston Martin. Let's see. 4.7 seconds though, the gap between Revrob and Reese at the moment. Is Tonio heading in? Yep, he's put into the inside, and like I predicted, he is coming in. Will he make any... Yep, I called it! I was about to say it! Will Techaby make any contact with Tonio on this lap? Yes, he does! And Techaby into the pits again, because I think he has front wing damage, and he will have to pit again. Nardu takes the race lead. Oh, and he has to serve his 10 second as well. I didn't even realise that. Well, I did. I didn't. Oh, you know what I mean. It's been a long day. Casper is in P6 now. RevRob will rejoin in P9. It might even be P10 if Ransdell gets a move. Let's ride on board with the McLaren. Is he looking to go around the outside? The top two in front are actually going at it. Callum and Sab, who will get the better exit. I think Sab might have actually got the better one down the inside. The outside does give you more traction, though, and they are still going to fight it. Going down into turn 4. Callum on the inside. Can Sab reply on the outside? I think Callum might just be marginally ahead on the exit, but obviously we've seen this time and time again. Drivers do go side by side through this sequence, but Callum does stay in front. And Nardu gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane again. Well, I say again, he didn't get one in the sprint, but that has just ruined his chances. Could Frozen get 2 wins here? The sprint victory and also the race victory as well in the seasons prior. But Frozen here goes down the inside, going into turn 3. Very easy for him, down the inside. Simple as you like, and gets into P2. Oh, he is live. Okay, then. RevRob there, going down the inside of Casper. Again, another sweet move, but I think RevRob actually went a bit deep there, and that allows Casper back through.
Number 75. Oh, Tony, I think he's got a puncture. He's just spun off.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, rear left. Will we see him spin around this corner? Yep. Oh, yeah, RevRob got the move on Casper. Tejby is all over Callum as well. He's actually trying to go down the inside, going into turn 6 and into turn 7 and 9. I think Tejby's just about got that place. Fair move for Tejby there, but Nardo, we're going to spectate him. He did have a decent race, but unfortunately with that 10-second penalty, he couldn't really do anything about it. He will take the win on track, but it will be Frozen to take the win here. And Reese will take P2 as well. Let's see if RevRob, though, will be able to get P3, or will Nardu have finished there? Will RevRob get P3? Yes, he does, and so does Casper as well into P4, but Sab not able to get it. Will finish in P6. Techby in P7 as well, though, but Ransdell in P8 as well. Callum in P9, Mafio P10, Start P11, and the gap was actually 76 milliseconds between Casper and Nardu, so Casper was very close to losing that. And obviously Sleek round in the final corner. Will he take the fastest lap? He does, and that's going to round off your race for Division 1.